Welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks sad nerd shit. This is episode 401. I did not notice that we hit 400 already, and we didn't make a big deal out of it. So this is me making a big deal about hitting 400. And that's
Yeah, what was episode 400 then?
in the half.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
In an
okay.
ideal world, I would have waited to do the 400 blows for episode 400, but it's not an ideal world, and I couldn't wait to talk about that movie, so we did it earlier. So what's it called? As always, this is Nerd. You're gonna hear the host show lines from my wonderful co-host, young Brad, young Yoda,
Young Brad.
young
Yeah,
Brad.
yeah,
Not so young anymore.
young Brad hasn't been young in a while.
Yeah.
But thank you, Raul. Glad to be here.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. I'm just chilling like a villain, stacking money to the ceiling.
Of course. On a wonderful Thursday night here, or Saturday morning for those of you all who are listening in the public and couldn't catch the live stream on twitch.tv/thenerdcore. Yes, I know I need to shave. It looks bad. I know. But how's it going, man? How's it going today? How's it been going this week? It feels like
Not bad. Not bad. You know, it's been quite pleasant on Twitter.
Yep. A whole lot of what's it called, the Bernie memes and what's it called?
I'm loving the Bernie memes.
I-
Like,
that-
I love that Ikiru one. Like
Yeah.
when you showed me that Ikiru, I'm like, that's legit.
Yeah, that Ikido one really got me. Like that one. I immediately saw it. I chuckled and I was like, I need to send it to Brad. Like
Yeah.
that's the only one that's gotten me so far. That I was like,
That was pretty fucking funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
this is
just
gonna relate. This is gonna relate to anybody? It's me and Brad right now.
so what I originally laughed at from that whole saga was Bernie coming in clutching mail. He was in that same jacket in the meme. He was holding the mail, and he was basically like, "Yeah, this is on my to-do list. I'll go to Joe's thing, and then I'll get back to what the fuck I was doing." Why does
Yeah.
Eric want to get in here? Eric, have you even watched this movie?
Yeah, you never even watched Minari, bro. No. Damn, Sen Lee. No, you never even watched Minari. Let's go. But yeah. I'm what's it called? I'm happy to say that today we're gonna be reviewing Lee Isaac Chung's Minari, and after this week we will see what else we need to review, because One Night in Miami came out, so I want to see that. So
Yeah, I definitely want to watch that. That was on my top of my list for this year, and it's just beginning of year. He says yes, he has.
No, you haven't. You don't even know what movie this is, dude. So it's a cool flick. Stop, bro. No, this movie is far from cool.
I like really. Yeah.
I see that. I hear that Daisy liked it too.
He has not watched this, so
Yeah. So but either way, we're here to do our wonderful Saturday morning review. But I'm glad to make it to the almost the end of the week, and I'll be able to talk about this because I watched it a while ago. Brad just watched it recently,
Mhm.
and let me tell you, I was like, I'm dying to talk about this movie. I really am. So if nothing else needs to be brought up, I guess what's it called? Nothing else really. Just
no, I don't have anything.
nope, not really. I guess just a reminder, since it kind of is coming up in a bit. On the 31st, there will be no live show. It will be a Royal Rumble watch along. That we're doing. We're gonna be watching the Royal Rumble with a bunch of friends. We'll be here live on twitch.tv/nerdcore. But I guess that's just for in advance. What do you mean? Saturday? It's Thursday. What? Yes. Thursday we record it. It goes up on Saturday for the people.
What day are we at in quarantine for this man? This man is literally so bored. He's chatting in this podcast.
Yeah. All right, whatever. Either way, I want to really get into this already because I've been dying to talk about this film. So if you have not seen Minari from Lee Isaac Chung, then I suppose you will not want to listen to this episode because it contains spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, then you can go ahead and stop listening. You can keep listening. Either way, your spoiler warning is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ha 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 ha. My stream deck doesn't work when I have these headphones plugged into the freaking thing. So let's go ahead and get into this. Day 9. Okay, Eric. Yeah, 20 years. What? 20 years of Wikipedia?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And I still haven't given them any money.
Yeah. All right, Minari. Korean. It's written in a language that I don't understand, and it literally translates into water downport, dropwort.
Dropport, which is a plant.
Yeah. Is a 2020 American drama film written and directed by Lee Isaac Chung. It stars Stephen Yeun, Han Ye-ri, Alan Kim, Noel Kate Cho, Yong Yoo Jung, and Will Patton. A semi autobiographical take on Chung's own upbringing, the plot follows a family of South Korean immigrants who tried to make it in rural America during the 1980s. The film had its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 26, 2020, winning both the U.S. Dramatic Grand Jury Prize and the U.S. Dramatic Audience Award. It began a 1 week virtual release on December 11, 2020, and is scheduled to be released theatrically on February 12th, 2021 by A24. So, music by Emile Mosseri. It was edited by Harry Jung, and it what's it called? Shot by Lachlan Meany, and it sits at an hour and 55 minutes. Yes, an hour and 55 minutes. So almost 2 hours long. And yeah, Brad, I mean, you're the one who already kind of posted your reaction on Twitter, so I'm gonna let you go first because I haven't talked about this at all. I mean, I talked about it minuscule. I was like, I said a certain thing about this film, but
Mm-hmm.
Brad, go ahead and take it away. Let's open our review of Minari 2020.
I will say this about A24. They got my top movie in 2019 with the Farewell.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch this in 2020. I don't think I was able to watch this in 2020
Mm-mm.
necessarily.
When I tell you those virtual screenings sold out fast, I'm not kidding, bro. I am not kidding you.
But had I watched this in 2020, and I'll even say it now, A24 has topped the list again. This is my favorite movie of 2020.
Yeah.
This movie did the exact goddamn thing The Farewell did to me. It
Yeah.
made me cry at the end. When that kid runs to his grandmother and stops her and says, "Grandma, no, you got to go the other way home." Just a tear.
Yeah.
And,
He's
and
like,
you know, a 34-year-old big bearded white man don't cry over nothing, man. That
Yeah.
that hit. That hit.
But Brad, how does piss taste?
I don't know. I don't know. Thankfully, that was this movie has some of the best dialogue. Definitely of 2020. This movie, some of these shots just are so great. Even the close up of just Stephen Wynn,
Steven
Yoon,
Yun, I think he's Yun.
Stephen Yun in the truck. That close up when he's driving. That I mean, and that sun coming back. Just Lee Isaac Chung, just amazing. Just his direction in this, the cinematographer in this is terrific, and then you throw in some weirdos from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I think, and I say weirdos, but the story of, I believe his name was Paul, the one who helped him on the farm.
He was
He was a Korean War vet.
Yeah.
And you know he had some PTSD.
Yeah, he saw some shit for sure.
And I don't necessarily know if he was trying to make amends. It kind of felt like that in a way, or he was just being neighborly. But every time they showed him carrying that cross on every Sunday, you knew this guy, was trying to
do right with
himself, with the world, and what he had done. Yeah. And I mean, it was some beautiful imagery in this, and just basically trying to live the American dream, which is to do something you love, be able to make money at it, and be happy.
Yeah. So this film is my number 2 of 2020. This is absolutely beautiful. I told you all for sure. I said I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Minari would top that list. Like it was gonna get there, and I felt that like I was waiting for something that was so grand and beautiful in every sense of the word. And it's so watching this, being the son of immigrants. It's like the son of an immigrant. I just look at this a lot different too, but like you know, this movie is so beautiful. It's so beautiful in every sense of the word. And Steven Yeun, rightfully so, is getting that buzz for this performance because it's
I think
beautiful.
they
But
all deserve it, especially him
but
and the
I need
grandmother.
yeah, I need to bring up a certain person. Hanye Ree needs to be getting this conversation. That woman was putting on a damn beautiful performance. One of the most contemplated performances I've seen that year. It was so beautiful of a performance, bro. Just every one of those stares that you knew inside her head, she was thinking like, "Is this really worth it? Like, did I make the right choice of not just marrying this man, but coming with this man and our children to somewhere I should have played a role in stopping him and making sure that we stayed where we were at." And I think because of that, this movie is just so damn like it's incredible. But her performance is what stood out to me the most.
And it adds tension where there needs to be tension added,
Hmm.
and it comes to the almighty question: do you do what you want to do for for money, or do you want to do what you believe will make you happy?
Yeah.
And this really did a good kind of a train wreck running each other of this man. He's not happy. He wasn't happy looking at chicken butts all day,
Mm-mm.
and he wanted to go and basically produce his own farm and everything. But then he's got to take care of his family in the whole middle of that. And is he losing himself in that? Is the wife not being supportive enough? Like all of this is just
It's a lot of yeah.
transcended into this. And you bring up, you are the son of immigrants, and I'm a son of the South. So the imagery in this,
Oh yeah.
like the trailer and just Arkansas in general, like
Hmm.
it was like flashbacks of just my
Yeah.
grandparents, and so this hits on another level for a lot of
Yeah.
people, I'm sure.
And of course, you can't like not talk about, of course, the depictions of discrimination and racism. What's called like it's the kid being what's it called the little girl telling the what's it called the little girl like stop me when I'm saying something in your language, and she's like speaking basically gibberish, or like a,
Well, she's speaking pretty racist gibberish in that
yeah,
point. Well, she's at an age where I don't think she's doing it to be,
yeah.
mean
Just because it's what
or
she's hearing around people, and also more
exactly.
like, yeah,
Yeah, and 1980s
yeah.
Arkansas, I can imagine.
It's
Well, and like the one kid, he's asked him why his face is flat, and he, the kid's like, "It's not. That's just my
yeah.
face, you
And of
asshole."
course, Alan Kim steals my heart in this film. That kid is David is one of my favorite parts. I feel like David is probably going to win the Independent Spirit, like for what's it called, best young actor, because that was a beautiful, beautiful performance by that little kid.
And it's so nice to see after what we had to deal with Kiarostami's character, that little shit that I
Yeah,
wanted to be. I just you just want to like hug this kid for like
yeah.
ever.
Well, yeah, because this kid, like, so, like, I watched this film, and the kid never to me was like he was doing these things. It's just that like he's basically the what's it called, the spitting image of the identity crisis of a lot of immigrants. You have this kid who's used to a life here, and suddenly he has to adopt another life that he doesn't know anything about. And then what's it called? It's kind of a culture shock to him.
Well, and even his maternal grandmother that comes
Hmm.
into the picture,
Yeah.
she's straight up from Korea, and he doesn't know how to deal with it because this is not how grandmas are supposed to act,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Grandma doesn't curse. Grandma makes food. This grandma
And
don't
I'm
make
like,
food.
and us as adults, we're looking at this going, that grandma's dope. I'll
Yeah,
drink
like
with that grandma.
yeah. But like you're looking at a little kid who's like,
Like, where are my cookies, grandma?
yeah. And but deep in this in that family, it's there's love, and there's something there that these people are kind of holding on to. And even though it's so hard at times for Stephen Young's character to understand that that he has it all, he's missing a certain part that makes him happy, but he has a
Oh,
family with
and,
healthy children, and but
and
there's
it,
just
it,
something
it
missing.
and it's always that thing that it's always money. Money
Yeah.
comes into the equation and kind of fucks it all up because I don't have enough. I don't believe I'm providing enough for my family. I don't think
Hmm.
if I don't have enough money, I'm not man enough, and she
Hmm.
should just leave me. Like he even goes into that. She's like, "You can leave. You can take the kids. I get it,"
Yeah.
and he's totally missing the point on you have a wife who followed you here. You have kids who
Yeah.
genuinely care and love for you,
Hmm.
and you even have a mother-in-law who like is pretty fucking cool. You know,
Yeah.
not everybody has that, and it's really great in this that even when he loses the farm in the fire, thank you, Dixie.
Thank
Um,
you, Dixie.
even when he loses the farm in the fire,
Which, by the way, one of the most beautifully, what's it called, a shot
oh,
bonfire. It's like
so
those.
heartbreaking though,
Yeah, it's
so
just
fucking heartbreaking.
like, and because he kept going and he wanted to grab the stuff, but like at one point it clicked, and he's like,
Well,
no,
my wife is in here. I should grab her.
yeah,
Like that's and he's like he chose what was most important to him. But I really think the ending of this. I mean, you have a grandmother who has a stroke, which is totally just it that hurts you to the core. It's just
also that
like
just came way out of left field.
yeah,
Like,
it's like she's basically comforting, and it's kind of weird because she's comforting David, and because he's afraid to die. That's a
mhm.
legitimate fear of his, and she's like, she just say, "You leave him alone."
That
You be careful, and
yeah,
it's like she took whatever was ailing him and
hmm,
gave her a stroke and healed him. It's
yeah.
like the grandmother's love healed him, and
So
then
you talk about the ending being what made you cry. That part made me cry. Like having
that
that child like just be so scared to die, and that he has to pray because he's so scared that he's going to die, so he needs to make sure that he goes to heaven, and his grandmother just kind of like comforting him and making sure that he's okay. Like that really struck a part in me, especially because of course like I grew up with my grandmother when she was like, when I was young, she was kind of falling into her brain, and what was getting into her brain. So I heard a lot of conversations about my so like for it to be reversed like that, that's really what got me. That's the part that really broke me.
and yeah, the part that broke me was just the grandmother thinking that she's basically, put her family in financial ruin, has
Yeah.
destroyed her family, and is
Yeah.
basically going to do what a lot of old animals do and walk into the woods to die.
Yeah.
And you have a child who has never run before because of a heart
Hmm.
condition running after her, going, "No, grandma, well, you don't have to leave," and it's
Yeah.
just the most like sincere, just
Yeah.
love,
Yeah.
and then at the very end, it's not told, but the grandmother had planted this Minari, which is
Yeah.
an herb. It's a wild growing herb, and Stephen Yoon's character even says, your grandmother chose a good spot, and
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to restart the farm with
Yeah. And
that
plant
and
Minari.
the
Yeah.
money she had.
Hmm.
So that's and I think the Minari is going to be the start of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like we fail with things, and I think that's I don't subscribe to the idea that the American dream is coming to this country and what's it called, and making a name for yourself. I think well, the quote unquote American dream, I think it is failing and picking yourself back up, and then what's it called, doing what needs to be done with that failure and making a success out of that failure. So what's it called, him basically losing the farm, but now taking the opportunity with the Minari to make something for himself. I think that was what's it called,
Well, and it's like when that happened, when the fire took everything of his, he thought, which it didn't. It clicked to him.
mhm,
I still have my family, and then for him to go with his son to something the grandmother had planted, it just was that whole family cycle right there.
Mm-hmm.
and that is what's going to get them through. And that's what this movie ends on, and it's just a beautiful, touching. Just it's kind of like the way the farewell ends. It's just
Mm-hmm.
so beautiful and touching, and such a tremendous story.
But Brad, how does piss taste like? uh,
I don't know, sir. Like,
that comedy is just
but you love the grandmother. Like any other person would be
yeah,
wanting to beat this kid,
yeah,
and even the grandma's like, "It wasn't that bad.
yeah.
It
It's
was
like, I'm,
fun."
yeah, Michelob Ultra tastes like this. Or my favorite is the what's it called the water from the mountains.
Yeah,
The
the Mountain Dew. Just
like
get that water from the mountain. It's just like, no,
it's not mountain water, Mama.
that's
That's
mountain
Granny.
water.
That's Mountain Dew. Oh, but I like I said, I love how they not just that, but you know the way that you kind of build the '80s. You know the outfits are right on there for real families are in the '80s, and it's just so much. Like even the score is so beautiful. I think that this film just it's perfect to me. I think it's perfect. It's something that like I didn't expect it to blow me away like that. I knew it was gonna blow me away, but it blew me away on a level that was like incomprehensible for me. And I just it got me emotional where it got me emotional. But it's just one of the it's truly a beautiful tale.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's the best movie for me for
Yeah.
2020.
This probably has me some sort of because Lee Isaac Chung is the one who's directing the Your Name what's it called remake. Yeah. So
Is that going to be a live action?
yeah, live action western type of view of it. So you know, what's it called? I watched this and I was like, you know what, Lee, I might actually what's it called take you up on
Give
that.
it a chance.
I'll give you a shot. Yeah, because this was incredible, and
I just want to know what is up with A24. How are they
how
able to
do they
find
know how to pick them, dude?
how are they able to find these scripts, find these directors, pair them together, find great cast? We've seen it over and over and over. Lady Bird's A24, right?
Hmm?
Eighth grade. The farewell was A24, and now
Hmm.
Minari, and there's probably a fucking shit ton of others that I
Yeah.
haven't named, and
I
it's
mean, it's
just
like
like
I'm telling you,
how
man. Like I'm telling you, they know how to get them. They
this
go
is
to
what
they go to Sundance and all these festivals. They're like when everybody's talking about like this certain movie, they're like, nah, don't worry. Look, I got this one. Hold on, I'm keeping my eye on this one.
this is has to be one of the best studios out
Oh,
today.
for sure. Yeah, one of the best. He's one of the best distributors. Like Uncut Gems, The Lighthouse. You
Yeah,
know,
so
yeah,
I mean I don't know what more credibility you need than that.
yeah. Like I said, there's just I love this film. I truly do believe that it's something that everybody needs to watch when it hits the on demand because I really did love it. I think that that kid is probably one of the best actors I've seen on that screen. Like that kid stole my heart.
For
Like
being the age he is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that kid stole my heart,
Yeah, I
man.
like the sister too. The sister,
Yeah.
she didn't have a very big role to play. She was basically there to play off of him,
Hmm.
but I thought she did well in her role. But what every time it was David and the grandmother.
Yeah.
Just
They just.
even like it was like perfect.
Hmm. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move on. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, imagine us talking like this to only give it like a 7 out of 10, Brett.
Yeah,
No, this
yeah,
is
it's so good. That's some Roger Ebert bullshit.
yeah, that's a great movie. 5 out of 10. No, I loved it. It's amazing. It's what everybody needs to go watch soon. I'm gonna go ahead and just slap that big 10 on it.
10 out of 10. Not what I was expecting when you first said we were watching this.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did.
Yeah, it's so good for it to beat out. I'm thinking of ending things, and for it to hit like number two for me, like this movie was. I mean, this movie was everything, man. This movie was
And you
beautiful.
know, it's like, and what was it Mank? Mank was
Yeah,
my number two. Just this story in comparison. So Mank is just this overly gigantic produced movie, and it's beautiful in a way, and it is just it's so much shit in the film, And
Yep.
this is just like so less
Yeah.
and just what you need. And it's like going grandma's house. Sometimes it's just all you need.
Yep.
That's what this movie is.
Yep. Yep.
And my dog agrees.
Your dog agrees. Yeah. So, with that being said, that is our review of Minari. And as always, we want to thank everybody for coming in to listen to the episode or watch with us. Eric, thanks for coming in, chat, dude. But
For being like, I watched the movie, but no, you didn't.
no, you didn't. So, thank you so much for coming over, y'all. As always, we want to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters who are the ones who make these shows happen. Without your support, none of this is possible. And with what's it called? We want to thank our, excuse me, producers, writers, and our wonderful showrunner. Our producers, our associate producers, Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much. And our executive producer, Shane.
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK underscore. And by the way, he is streaming again. He streamed on the 20th. So
Hmm.
hopefully we get a lot more content come from him in that way.
All right. And our wonderful writers, Brown Rice 96 on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Thank you, Bryce, for being a wonderful writer of the Nerdcore Podcast Network here and being at the writer level on the Patreon. And our wonderful Tony.
Hey, Tony!
Thank you for being a writer. You can follow him at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter. And our wonderful, wonderful showrunner, Taymor23. Taymor 23. Thank you, Taymor. We hope we make you proud with these reviews, man. You know, we better set up that next production meeting. But we're sending all our what's it called, our thoughts to Taymor too, because he got that second injection. So yeah, we hope everything's all good. But as always, it's been a fun time, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the wonderful good old live show. And we'll be back with more reviews next week as we wrap up Federico Fellini month with his 1973 film, the last movie that he made to win. Well, not the last movie, but it's the last one that he made that won the best foreign language film at the Oscars. That is Amarcord, which translates to I remember. And as always, did we just literally get the going live notification? Twitch, you're
No,
on shit.
it's been. Oh, well, yeah.
Yep. Wow.
well,
Twitch,
well,
you're on.
there, well, there was another one at 7:40. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Which is on another shit.
Twitch has been some shit, dude. So, as always, it's been a wonderful time. We'll catch you guys on the Nerdcore live show. But for now, Bradley, set out.
Right, roll. Thank you, being noticed as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all those who follow us on Twitch, Twitter, any social media. Love you guys. And I guess to end this segment and end episode 401, damn, we've been here a while. I will just say thank you for your support and go watch this movie. Young Yoda out.